Hi YouTube, I have almost finished my second bullet journal and I thought I would show you what I've done in it because I've done some new stuff that I've never done before, and yeah, I thought I'd also give you my opinion on Scribbles That Matter Pro because my first journal was a Loitrum. So yeah, let's get going. Right. The little flags, TV shows, and what I do is I put them in on the days of the week. As you can see here, I've got Arrow and Doctor Who. Then when I've watched it, it gets moved to the following week. If I don't watch it, it stays there until I do watch it, so I know how many episodes I've got to catch up on. The ones that currently aren't on TV are in there. So there you go, 2018 book 2. I don't use my index, I just never got around to it. I did stick my key in simply because I do use so many different colours at the moment. I have 5 children, all of whom I keep a calendar for. Myself, my mum, my partner, his parents, the pets, my finances, my Fitbit challenges, YouTube, and for my business. So there you go, that's all the things that I currently track. I have a colour coding video and I will stick it in the iCards up there. So, you know, please feel free to go and check that out if you haven't done so already. My future log, as you can see, it's all written in different colours. That's all explained in the colour coding video. All of these little flags are WWE ones. We are wrestling fans in this house, so there you go. Started out in July. Wizard of Oz was my theme for that month. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's my first go with coloured pencils. I enjoyed it, and I have bought some coloured pencils and I really want to do it again, but I need to buy a fixative and I'm having trouble finding it where I live, so it's obviously something I'm going to have to order online. So there you go. This is my monthly calendar. I tend to stick to this layout. It works for me. This is the best one. So a little bit of washi tape so that I can find it easily. This is my first weekly spread. For July, I decided to stick with weekly trackers. So the gems are my mood trackers. This was my everything else tracker, and this is my words per day. And yeah, that's my next week. So on and so forth, all the way through. I switched from that layout to that layout just to give it a try, as I had some ideas going on about what I wanted to do the following month. There was my mood key for those gems that you see dotted around. This was also my challenges, what I was doing. I did 4 challenges in July, 2 doodle and 2 lettering challenges. Then this is my measurements. I don't particularly want you guys looking at it because, you know, I know that I'm fat. And then in July, I started my journal and my challenges. I was quite pleased with how this lot came out. As you can see, I started putting in little photos again as well. That's after a full day out, and little fell asleep on the sofa. This is a day out with my eldest and my youngest on the train. Lovely day. Oh, this was a plan that I made for the summer holidays. Here in the UK, children have 6 weeks off from July through to the beginning of September for their summer break. And this was my weekly plan. Wednesdays I always spend with my mother because my mum no longer drives due to failing eyesight, and her mobility is not that great. So I drive her about when she needs to go shopping. Wednesdays are her days. The other days I decided we would go to the beach one day a week. We would have a rest day where we didn't do anything, a day out, which I listed over here, places to go, and a day where we'd go for a nice long walk. So that was the plan. Didn't actually stick to it, but there you go. This day, this was a barbecue we had. My son passed his driving test, so yeah, that was great. I wanted to actually stick his driving test in here, but it's an A4 sheet of paper, and I couldn't figure out how to get it in there without ruining the actual certificate. So yeah. This is my July memories. Joy of starting a new book. Some people seem to be absolutely terrified of doing so. Personally, I love it. I think it's loads of fun. We saw a squirrel in the park and I actually managed to film it for a little while. I was about 3 feet away from it. It was brilliant. We used our barbecue quite a lot, which was loads of fun. I did 175 floors in a day for a Fitbit challenge. I bought some Faber-Castell pencils. I've done a video on that as well, and if I remember, I will link up there. My son passed his driving test and got his first job. So there you go. This is my Christmas gift list, so I should just hurry on through that in case I leave my children out to look at this. August, again, I got the pencil cones out. It looks so much better on the video, but I can still see the lines, and that really bugs me, but there you go, never mind. So yeah, Mary Poppins theme, because who doesn't love a bit of Mary Poppins? I think she's great. This was a sleep tracker I had an idea for, but it was only a vague idea, so I didn't keep with it because I didn't really know how I wanted to record things. So yeah, I kind of basically lost it after a couple of days. This is the first time trying a square tracker. I really like this. It's easy to see, it's easy to follow. I can see where I haven't done certain things. Handy hint, if you are doing a big tracker like this and you forget where you are, I've got a little bit of paper and I write down my tasks on it each month. I write it the right way up, so from the top to the, it's been reordered since I wrote this, from the top to the bottom, and then I also write it upside down, so when I get down here I've only got to line it up that way without turning it round and confusing myself. So it made life a lot easier, but yeah, handy hint for you. I did a mood mandala, which was good. I enjoyed that. The thing is with these, I love doing them, but I never know. I mean, I like looking at other people's and think, wow, look at that. And I look at mine and think, God, that looks crap. Because I never know what pattern to do next. I'm not inventive. I'm creative, but I'm not inventive. So, yeah. I tend to look at other people's and cheat. So there we go. My gratitude log. It was okay, but it wasn't really inspiring. It was just something I wrote every day. It didn't kind of ring my bell. August favourites. My son had an invite to a birthday party and I forgot to leave myself a page for my challenges, so I put them there. Again, I did 2 written and 2 drawing challenges, and I absolutely loved the August. This is my make a note. I wanted a new desk system, so I was having a little scribble over here as to what we were going to do. This was a challenge I started for Patchwork Doodle Blues and I just didn't finish it. I never got around to it. I meant to, but there we go. I wanted a running task list that would last me all month long, so I decided to try a Dutch door system. This was okay, but I didn't like it, and I think it's because I had the weather and my steps separate. I don't know why that bothers me, it just does. So this was the system that I used, and while it looked okay and quite nice and tidy, I just didn't like it. Maybe it was because it was in the middle, or it just wasn't big. I really don't know why. This was when I started doing this. I started writing in a word or a phrase or something each day that just pertained to that day. So, for example, we got a new car seat, we went out for a lovely walk, I had lunch with my mum. Aretha Franklin died on the 16th of August. I ordered my new desk, I think it was that day, but it came the following week. I bought some gelatos, and the Garlic Festival was here. If you have never heard of that or don't know what it is, try Googling the Isle of Wight Garlic Festival. We're quite famous for our garlic. WWE SummerSlam, things like that. Had my nails done, did lots of housework, had a bad day. It rained. It was probably the first time in weeks it had rained here in the UK during the summer. That was the day my desk came. Sad day. I did I think that was my first plan with me. I can't remember. You know, so there we go. That was it. Then we're into my journal, and the prompts for 2 of the journals were by Cindy at Llama's Love Lettering, and it was Disney. So we had a written Disney prompt and a doodle Disney prompt, which I really enjoyed doing the doodle one. It was loads of fun. I'm really pleased with how Mickey and Minnie turned out. I think they look fantastic. Really pleased. Donald and Daisy, I'm also really pleased with. My son went on a horse. You've got to record these things, haven't you? Pluto, I love him. I'm not really that keen on Goofy, but I'm pleased with how well that came out. So, you know, there's Scrooge McDuck. My son and I went out for a little walk, and he wanted me to wear him in a sling, which I haven't done for ages. I really enjoyed it. So, yeah. The triplets, Huey, Dewey and Louie, with their passports off to the mountains. Little and I baked some banana bread. It was lovely. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Chip and Dale. Jiminy Cricket. He came out really well. I was really pleased with him. My son got his car seat, and he looks so adorable in it. I was so pleased. Tinkerbell. Winnie the Pooh. Piglet, because, you know, who doesn't love Piglet? And again, there's the, what do you call it? The note that Aretha Franklin died. I can't think what the bloody word is that I'm looking for. Anyway, Bit of Tigger, Dumbo. This is also the day that I got a scalloped tag topper punch. And I had loads of fun. So I did my lettering on this tag, and I got it to look like Dumbo is carrying it. It looks much better on the video than it does in real life. I think it looks a bit naff, but there you go. Blue and Bambi. I'm really quite pleased with that. I'm quite pleased how that turned out. I didn't have a really decent white pen. I ended up using Tipex, or what you in the States call whiteout, which makes it look a bit lumpy, but it's better than the gel pen. I hate gel pen. I think they're crap. Thumper. As you can see, my drawings got bigger and bigger, which was a bit of a concern, but as I didn't really write an awful lot because we were on the holidays, it wasn't so much of an issue. I love Gus. Look at him. He is so cute. There's Jack. My daughter got engaged. She sent me this message, so this happened today, and I then proceeded to tell her fiance off for not asking my permission first. Because I'm a cow like that. So yeah, sorry Alex, never mind. My new desk came on the Monday, and this is my setup. If you are at all curious, that's what it looks like. This is my little rainbow unit. This has got various bits and bobs in it. This is a Calyx unit here in the background. It's a 2x4 cube unit, and the top 4 cubes have drawers in it. The bottom 4 cubes don't. One of them has one of those pull-out canvas box things. There's my doggy. That is an all-in-one computer sitting on one of those little desk things. It's got, you know, one of my journals in it, and my keyboard slides underneath out the way. This bendy thing here, excuse me, is an arm to hold a mobile phone, but I've actually got a webcam strapped to it because my phone kept overheating and turning off. So yeah. Anyway, there you go. And that's pretty much it for August. Then we went into September. I decided to do flowers for September, and I was all, yeah, I'm going to decorate and I'm going to draw loads of flowers. I didn't do any of them. This was all supposed to be all decorated by the end of September, and I just didn't do it. I also screwed up my tracker drawing it out. I don't know how I did it, but I did. But hey, doesn't it look nice and colourful? See, mood mandala. Unless I do it every day, the drawing, the back part of it, I just don't do it. So I don't know whether Amanda's, I love them, but I just don't know that they're right for me. This was something new I started. This is a gratitude circle, and I got this idea off of somebody on Instagram. She's called Elvish Ink or Elven Ink or something like that, and she writes all her bullet journals in Elven script, and it looks absolutely amazing. and I wanted to have a go at this, so I did, and I really, really enjoyed it, and I actually continued this on in following months because I enjoyed doing that so much. This was a weekly template. I got this idea off of Cindy over at Llama's Love Lettering, that I was going to plan out my days, and really the only days where I sort of tend to do the same thing are Wednesdays and Sundays, but I could write more in there, but I can't be bothered, so never mind. This was one of my first scrapbooking attempts, and this was a tribute to the Bandit because Burt Reynolds also died in September, and yeah, I had a scrapbooking challenge to do, and I did it in there. I'm a little bit miffed because over the weeks I've lost a little bit of the star where it's sort of stuck to itself, so I'm a bit upset about that, but hey, never mind, it'll do. I love this. This was a little die that I got. Yeah, bugger, just dropped one. I got this off of AliExpress for like £1, and it's fantastic. Really, really chuffed with that. So I was eagerly awaiting it to come so that I could do this spread. I just dropped one of my other dies. I'll get it in a minute. So there you go. Yeah. Anyway, this was some notes. Then I get into my first week. As you can see, I did start out doing flowers. Don't they look great? And I did this thing where I was going to write down every week I was going to quit something, and I started out really great with that as well. Started out really great with it, yeah. As you can see, I continued the chunky writing. I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. You know, hey, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate this. I was over the moon when I hit it. Really pleased. Yeah, I did my first live. I actually wrote it in the wrong day because I did it Thursday. Normally I live on Fridays, but my son was streaming that Friday because the new Spider-Man game came out, so we swapped because we can't both use live stream at the same time. He live streams on Twitch TV, and yeah, Burt Reynolds died, or I got the announcement while I was live streaming, and I actually announced it. So there you go. My first go scrapbooking, that was loads of fun. I'll show you that one in a minute. That's these little ribbons here. Sorry, I keep coughing. My throat's dry, and I've left my drink over the other side of the room. We had company. Some friends from the US came to stay that weekend. That was lovely. I got some stencils. This was a live, I believe I did. Yeah, it must have been. This is another reason I didn't keep up with the flowers, because I was having to go with stenciling, and I did this live. I did this one the following week. I wanted to do a sort of cloud theme, but the following weeks bled through, and yeah, it just ended up being a bit crap. Excuse me. My son turned 27 on the 25th. I stole this idea from Amanda at Eclectic Scribbles. So yeah, and again, as I went into the days, I did actually start out drawing, and I really, really enjoyed it. My first plan with me. See, I'm quite pleased with that. Quite pleased with how well that turned out. There you go. This was my first ever scrapbooking spread, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's about from when I first started wearing Littlin, really. This was the day I got my first woven wrap. Right through to today. As you can see, we tend to wear the purple one the most because it's our favourite. That one is not quite long enough, and that one isn't long enough either. So I should sell them, but you know, you don't, do you? We got a letter about applying for primary school. Next year he will be at primary school. Oh my god, where does the time go? I did stick with the flowers for a couple of weeks. This is my second son. He's a cardiac patient, and once a year we have to go over to the mainland so he can have a checkup just to make sure everything's okay. Everything is okay, by the way. So that was us on the ferry. Our local comic book store was having Batman Day, and so they had this young lady dressed as Batman, and the Isle of Wight Bat Hospital came as well. I really wish we could hold them, but we're not allowed. It's for their own protection as well as ours. So, but they were so cute. There were two different ones, and they were adorable. The following day we went to the Roman Villa. Me and Littlin, he had a good old run about outside. That was loads of fun. And then the day after that went to the garlic farm. And yeah, I photobombed them having their photo taken, or taking a selfie. So then for a little while it was just some writing. And I made a little pocket, look. How cool is that? This is the hotel where my daughter wants to have her wedding reception. We went down, had a look, so I swiped the card while we were there. Excuse me. I change my fountain pen ink every week. Well, I don't change the ink, I just use a different pen. I've got several different pens. This one is my TWSBI Eco, which I really love. The purple is my Pilot, again, which I really, really love for totally different reasons. And this dark one is this absolutely dinky pen that's so bloody small I can't find it up here. This is also a fountain pen, but you screw the lid on to make it long. So there you go. Yeah, where were we? Over. So yeah, this is my son opening presents with the help of his littlest brother. He had a good day. We had a good day. I'm gonna get a drink. Oh, that's better. Okay. I went shopping with a friend. I had a friend to stay this weekend, and I bought some little bat dies at the range, and this was just me. This is the first thing I ever cut out using a die on my die cutting machine, so that was good fun. I forgot to do an October cover page, believe it or not. I was so excited to do one, and then I blanked on it. It was so silly, I just totally blanked on it. I was so annoyed when I realised what I'd done. So there's I went straight into my calendar. Here's my tracker, because, you know, being as it's Halloween month, you've got to do a spider web, haven't you? I actually really love how this has turned out. I think it looks great. I changed to different pens. Instead of using the Staedtler fine liners, I'm now using the Staedtler double-ended fibre tip pens. My mood ghosties. My gratitude circle again. Just brain dump. Memories. This was going to be for challenges, but I couldn't find challenges that I liked because it seemed like everybody wanted to do films and faces, and I don't do people. I can't draw people to save my life. So I decided not to bother with that. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I might do a I don't know, actually. I suppose I could have done a challenge there, scrapbook challenge there, but I didn't. Oh well. Never mind. I decided on the Dutch draw system again for October, and I really enjoyed doing this one. I was going to continue on with my things I've quit this week, and I didn't do it at all, and I'm a bit annoyed. I really wish I hadn't bothered with these, but I like having the Dutch draw like this, and I'm probably going to do this again in my new book. I've got my to-do list running there, and I will run it the whole page, I think, along with a shopping list. And basically what I do as I write it down, I do a dot, and then as I've completed it, if I start it, I do it once. If I finish it, I do it twice. And that's just film the flip through, which I'm doing now. And on my shopping list, if it hasn't got a dot, it's stuff I want to buy, but it can wait. If it's got a dot, it's stuff I've purchased. If it's got a cross through it, it's arrived. So that arrived a couple of days ago, but I forgot to cross off, so I'll just cross off for today's colour instead. The remainder of them, I ordered like 4 sets of dies, and all bar one lot turned up. So there you go. Yeah. Not very much to say about that one, is there? There you go. Doctor Who came back. You know, huge Doctor Who fans. I'm loving the new Doctor. If you haven't seen her yet, I think she's brilliant. If you don't think she's brilliant, I don't want to hear it, because quite frankly, I think she's fab. I decided to do it without the boxes. So I went from that with the boxes to that with that, and I love it. It's so messy, and I'm probably going to look at it in about 6 months' time and go, what the fuck was I thinking? But I actually quite like it. Yeah, I really, really do. So I'm going to probably keep doing it this way for a little while. As you can see, I did it like that last week. This is this week. This is where we are. We're in it's half term here. My child's on holiday, autumn break, or I don't know what you call it in the States. Do you have a break in the fall? What do you call it? It's not Thanksgiving. That's next month. It's not Halloween, because that's next week. So do you guys have a break in October? And what do you call it if you do? So that was the end of that Dutch door. I've got a couple of scrappy challenges that I've done at the back. This was one that was on one Facebook page, and this was one that I did previously tonight. The video for that is currently rendering, and I'm waiting to upload it. So there you go. There's not really much else in there. I think there's a few notes at the back and stuff I wanted to do. But yeah, that's it. So how do I feel about the Scribbles That Matter? Well, I've gone back to a Leutram. That's how I feel about it. It's nice. The paper feels nice. It's very smooth. It's a buttery feeling paper. It's got whiter paper than the Leutram. I'll give it that. I've got a funny feeling I've already said all this, but I can't remember if I have or not. I don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, it's whiter than the Leutram. I would love it if somebody brought out a pure white one. Why you all think we want cream paper, I don't know, but there you go. Those of us that sketch and paint in it, I would like white paper personally. This is one of the reasons I don't like it. And I can't show you very well because my camera doesn't actually have an autofocus. Fountain pen bleeds in the Scribbles That Matter. Doesn't in the Leutram. But when I'm writing with it, I can see it feathers. It feathers out into the paper. So when I expect a nice, sharp, thin line, I end up with quite a thick line, and that bugs me. It's like this, the TWSBI. This pen writes beautifully, but it looks so much thicker in the Scribbles That Matter. I prefer a lot of things in the Scribbles That Matter over the Leutram, but I prefer the paper in the Leutram over the Scribbles That Matter. Saying that, when I finish the Leutram, I'm going to make my own bloody journal, I think, and have a go with that. So, would I recommend these? Yes. You get more for your money with a Leutram, I think. They're roughly about the same price. I think the Scribbles That Matter is slightly more expensive, and you get less pages in it. Which I didn't like. So I personally think the Leutram is the better deal. I love how these look when they are when they're done. Yeah, I think the Leutram is the better deal. I would, if I have to stick with one, I would stick with the Leutram. And there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this flip through of my almost finished bullet journal. It'll be finished in a couple more days. And you know, please feel free to leave me a thumbs up. I'd really, really like it if you did. You know, leave me a comment. Talk to me. I like talking to you guys. I love it. It makes me realise that I'm not alone all by myself. No, I like talking to you. You know, I like hearing from you. Subscribe. There's a bell. If you hit that, you'll be notified when I upload new content. Interact with me, guys. I love it. My social media link is down below. Yeah, you know, say hi. Take it easy, guys. if you've got your own channel, I'll come along and have a look at your flip throughs and see how you set up your bullet journal. If you've got any ideas for future bullet journaling spreads, please let me know, and I will make a note and incorporate it into my new one. Take it easy. Bye.